Abusafo no ndo abo ye mamu nyina adwo kasebo etwato de mu nyina na semufo asone so a ye de ebesomo ye wi a nkomotwetwe ka ho me show afenu adru fie na ompese obedidi anwumre amowafu ayekapu a me show me kamfo this way chocolate drink e de amao tete kwashi koko a odi free Fernando po baye na penifo de afan fidie mu de ohia ani so hye opese mudwuma wa na de ice cream kakra agum oba ebeboa oda ona be yode obesra no pano nya hoden foforo kra e de akọ onyuma so nso amekanfo de amao special ice mineral water nso ayetu abribi ponim ye de afam fidie mu na wotwi obehyefa ahoho be wa besra abadinto eye anase aware be koso nso a ode besom wa ahoho special ice mineral water sa nyuma komienu na so ya san no ndu kasebo ye de besom na sema de bramu no de dimu tintima ni bi ne se
na nsentemo na finance minister the budget kotudwa wo mrashibdwam na enne mrashibdwam e-levy omotwam
kasama for ema MPP amanyoko no wakasa atremu se budget a oman sana hene de betudwa no na ndasem na ode beto Ghana for ani
na ora Richard Hiagba de atudwa se attorney general obi ese court na okodi asem no sese de ensentofo nhyiamu na otieti omanfo efa hodie so na odi edi asem
we dey sema hodo na ye de besomo anwumre ye na ye somo me Kwame Owusu Aduomemene
David Ofori Safo yebo awura ensem no emo enche bia na finance minister Dr. Castle atofo sinkopie mu wo mrachibdwam na odi 2025 budget ekotu edwa na NDC aban under his excellency John Dramani Mahama budget no omyese e-levy omu etwamu na so metimi etwamu a na yose etimi ko parliament ma parliament etimi ejepene enne Ghana mrachibdwam ekwasetena ama mrachibwofo agye atuma e-levy sise yetwamu afi o my Ghana mu
Speaker, the electronic transaction levy, otherwise known as e-levy, was imposed by the government of Ghana with the aim of widening the tax net. So the current government decided that based on the impact that this was having on disposable incomes of ordinary Ghanaians, as part of the tax reforms that were introduced, the government decided to abolish and repeal the act that imposed this. The Speaker, we were told that the fiscal impact of this single repeal will amount to 1.946 billion for the fiscal year 2025. The Speaker, the committee deliberated on this matter and came to the conclusion by a unanimous decision of the committee that this should be recommended to the House for the repeal to proceed. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much.
1.946 billion, that is close to 2 billion Ghana cedis, would have been paid by Ghanaians to the government by way of the deductions based on the tax. But if we pass this bill, the deduction will no longer take place and government will lose close to 2 billion Ghana cedis. But the 2 billion Ghana cedis that government is going to lose will now come to Ghanaians. So in effect, individual Ghanaians who ordinarily would have lost 2 billion Ghana cedis will now retain their 2 billion Ghana cedis. And government that would have gained 2 billion Ghana cedis by way of deductions from Momo transfers, government will lose the 2 billion Ghana cedis. So this single legislative measure is going to pass on 2 billion Ghana cedis to Ghanaians. 2 billion Ghana cedis. 2 billion Ghana cedis. So this is a gift of 2 billion Ghana cedis being given back to Ghanaian citizens. Mr. Speaker, this is the policy consideration that is informing the decision to pass this legislation. And Mr. Speaker, I support the passage of this bill and urge colleagues to vote for the passage of the bill. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
The second reading of the bill has been duly considered under Standing Order 167, and at the conclusion of the debate, the question is, as many as are in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. Those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it.
Kasama for Emma MPP Amanyukunu Yura Richard Ahiagba and our friends and Trofo Nshemu Akasa afa budget a my son ahene edikopiemu mrashebedwafie na bra okasa no chemu say Ghana Man's Excellency John Dramani Mahama on any NDC Amanyukunu and some betu Ghana for enimno and na da sem na mbosha share Ghana for say ombedi na nyoma ebetumi aboa ama Ghana for asetemu akoyie no and nadasem enomodebeto omanim.
The 2025 budget is disappointing, and I'm sure all of you will agree, despite the generous contributions they enjoyed from the National Economic Dialogue. President Mahama campaigned to establish a 24-hour economy. And all of you are aware, we stood here many times to tell you that was a scam, but somehow it fell through the cracks, and then we voted for them. Today, with the evidence from the 2025 budget, you will agree with me that it's indeed a scam in the making. The 2025 budget, as you will agree, made no provisions for the implementation of the 24-hour economy. The only comment we hear about it is that sometime along the line, the finance minister will bring a policy proposal to Parliament for consideration about the 24-hour economy. There is no allocation in the budget for it. The government's priorities in the 2025 budget clashed with the expectations of Ghanaians, which is evident in the funding allocations for the programs in the budget designed to impact lives. It is unusual for a government that has won election on the promise of jobs and economic growth to allocate significantly lesser resources to support development in the real sector of the economy. The government has earmarked a whopping $2.711 billion for compensation at the Jubilee House, exceeding the allocations made combined for the following programs, shall I say, flagship programs for the government. One, the Agriculture for Economic Transformation. A total of $1.5 billion was allocated for that program. The National Apprenticeship Program, a total of $300 million allocated. The National Codex Corps, this is supposed to take care of some 1 million Ghanaians. A total of 100 million was allocated. You've heard about the Jumera program. A total of 100 million is what they allocated. The Women's Development Bank, a measly 51.3 million is what they allocated. All this put together is less than what the president allocated for his office. 2.7 billion. More than what they have allocated combined for these flagship programs that they said they were going to do.
Yegusawo MPP Amanyukunu, Emu Director of Communications, Ora Richard Ahiagba, Essential for Inshemu and Oyeno, Odi Tuja, HSC, Attorney General, Ira Dominic, Ayene, Doctor, Utitia Ghana, Fofa Hundi Super, Attorney General, Ubeko Court, Aquakudi Asemno, Essential for Inshemu, and Oye, and Odi Manfasem, Ewan Essential for Inshemu no Ase.
Now, as I say, Omonifi Yenin, Tinoma Fajuning. Moka is a campaign, no more say corruption. To my father, you say, oh, corruption in the politics. Esa say omo ba yi omo ahwe nkrata ni mu a ekote ora nyina sa ora yi yaka say omo ni nyina so e kire omo beji tu mo so omo ni nyina so no ehwehwe mu omo ye nyina am da come attorney general sorry na obey press conference attorney general sorry na obey press conference china obey press conference attorney general so no enye press conference ni media no oye court na se woko na attorney general oye mranim ni a onim se sa ade we e wo constitution ni article 19 a provide say men susu obia say we di bone until say court beka say we di bone but as I say onim say ni nsem a o twato nipa so no enye do kore adase oni nyina so saa odi kan e kan to amanfo team ama amanfo aka so before there about bokro no osimesi there or bokro no ansa kura ansa ya hwenkratem enti we a oye say ko na court ko ka so asema o ka nya no kore nipa yi onye saa no a na Ghana for adwuma yo munya ebia MBB for the court for akoye kanana na court for the jani pan enti agenda and is for asset instead say attorney general be court no court na de bia ne kasa de bia ne press conference enti e kama mahu na mahu e kire say de omo ye nie say enye prosecution bi na on person omo ye e persecution e your time e huna na NDC for ade yese be ya Ghana for ebenya MPP hu tan so omo ba ye man be eduma bia mbe wi esika nya no kure na de ye ka ama nyina hu na attorney general atibie ni say MPP ebegyina ho ama emra say emra be eduma na ye ndie ye ntia say obi edi bone ewo ye mu na ye de me famra kwan so yemfa nipa ne famra kwan so said amra kire but me yemfa nipa no embeto press conference emma engu ne hu fi emma nipa nsusu se nipa no ya de bone ye ni abra ye hu ne mramu se ampara odi sa bone no sa futuo no na ye pese attorney general otie na odi ye adwuma na eboa ye se be ya amanfo fa hu di a constitution na guarantee no onfa enwetwe from
Yeda sujina MPP Amanyoko ene Central Function mu a omofre na abra eye Yera Richard Ahiagba kasa no ene otremu se NDC Amanyoko ya Ghana Man His Excellency John Dramani Mahama eda omano no ebo omode anaso omaka se galamse ade a omoba omehwe no matu ase nanso afri emresanti a omoba beje abenwen besi enei galamse kwa na ekoso we nyina kire se NDC Amanyoko no omuni opepa se galamse kono ombeko etuase
enti enne no galamse atiate se omo a eye galamse